Hello again. So I'm back and I have been very busy stitching around tags and tuck spots and things like that, and you'll never guess what happened. It got too big, so I've had to split it into two. So, and I'm not concerned about using the orange because I've decided that it won't be seen anyway. So this is the first cover. I've just made a second cover using the same sort of principles, and that's what that looks like. Some is stitched straight to the cover there. Had to do a little bit of patching at the top, but I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. And so each of these will have two signatures, and as you can see, everything's been stitched on or glued on to the actual pages. I've added some little bits of lace, not a lot of lace as yet, mainly using this lace and this lovely one that I used on the cover here as well. I did use the lovely what's it called? In the kit, we get some rice paper. It is Stamperia rice paper. It's very, very nice. It's Carta di Rizzo, and I used some of that, and I used one of the transfers as well. Well, a couple of the transfers, three more of them actually. I used the pages as the base. So there is one of the transfers there, and I've just cut that in half so it gets on two tags. There is another one of the transfers there, and I did put the solution over it to give them a more matte finish. And there's one also in here, and I've used the Paris on that one. So I will just quickly go through, and these larger ones, when I do the inside cover, they will probably go on the inside covers like that. So they've been put to one side. So I'll quickly go through what I've done so far. So I've stitched the tuck spots onto the pages. I've stitched around all of the tags. It was quite the job, actually. It was quite a big job. But I'm quite happy. There's a bit of that. That's another piece of embroidery anglaise from Lavish Laces. That one didn't come in the kit, but it is from Lavish Laces. And some scraps of the paper, and that's a flip out, that one. And just in there. And so they've got about 40 pages each journal now. Like that. Little tag in there, another one there, and this is the one that comes in the kit, this lovely one here. It's beautiful. And so that's one signature, that's another, and there's another bit of that lovely lace down the side there, that little tag. And you'll notice none of the tags have any decorations on as yet. They're just quite basic. You know, they're decorative in their own right, but they've still got to be finished. And there, just an edge of the vintage book paper. Just fold it over. Little tab. All the pages are stitched around and everything. Just another, it's a little flip out, that one, and just a journal card on the back. That one, you can write on it, so I didn't need to back that one because it's easy enough to write on the other side. Oh, come on. They're a little bit fiddly sometimes, these ones. There we go. little tag. Such pretty papers, and it's lovely the way it is. There's some book paper, and I just popped a doily on that one. Book paper from the kit. Little tag will go in that side pocket there as well. So that's the first one with the cover you've already seen. Just pop that to the side. And this is the second one so far. So you saw that before, it goes in there. And it's not exactly the same, but, you know, they were the same journal to start with, so they go together quite nicely. That one's not a flip out, that one's a little tuck spot in there. Another piece folded, tuck spot in there, tab. It's that's that little one I left that time and let a little tuck spot there and in there. Oh, I didn't put one in the other one. I must put one in the other one as well. I'll find a bit. So I spent a long time doing all the stitching and things. You think it won't take long, but it takes quite a long time to do it all. And it is, you know, a necessary part. Well, for my journals it is. And then that one in the back there. Okay, so that's what I'm up to. So I probably won't do another full flip through now until the final video. Okay, that one looks all right. I will make that into, whoops, what was that? Something went fluttering down there. I think it was a couple of flowers from the last journal I made. I just need to find an adequate page here somewhere to, maybe there will be fine. I could do it there. Just to make a little, one of those little things, seeing as they're in separate journals now. Yep, there we go. So I hope you've all been well. I've been out and about today. I haven't been home that long, but I wanted to get back on to this. I'm quite enjoying doing this. Where did I put? They're over here. Now, this is not how I keep my brads normally. It's just the way they were found at the op shop in this little Tic Tac container, and I thought, well, I might as well just leave them in there so they don't get lost. It's a little bit off center, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. And I'll go through and probably pop a little bit of washi tape over that at the end. Okay, so today I thought I would make a few little embellishments, things that to put on the side of pages or something, or the tops of tags and things like that. And what I've done is I got all the scrap bits that were on my desk. I had a quick tidy up and folded things up. You know, I still have I have a heap of paper left, actually. It's amazing how much is in this kit. I've still got all these. Look, I've still got all this left, so plenty to play with still. But I haven't finished yet. Right, and what I thought I might do is just make some little collages using these. I've got those book pages, but I also have these little off-cut pieces here that, from what I've already started using. I have my laces here. I think I forgot to show you that the larger lace comes with the kit as well. I've got all these paper bits here. They're quite thick, some of them, and a couple of the blue ones, and also got those ones there, which I think are again. So whether I use those all or not, I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's just start, shall we? Just start making a couple of bits and see where we get to. And collages are nothing new. People have been making them for years. Everybody makes them in different ways. Good way to use up all the scraps and have things still coordinate nicely with the journal you're making. Like that. Okay, so that's a start. Alright, so let's have a look. We can put that there. I'm trying not to think too much about it because otherwise it gets very, very time consuming if you just think about it too much. I didn't want too many really straight edges, so I'm just taking the tiny bit off the edge of this one. Some of you can have either way, you know, they look nice either way, like that. That one has a little bit more colour on it, so I think I'll keep it that way. Like that. Okay, so we can start with those just like that. I'm going to, I need to refill my glue. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, a little bit of glue in there always helps, doesn't it? And I shall just start putting a bit of glue on. Just enough to hold it in place. They'll have more than that on, so I've taken the skin off the top of my finger, and the amount of times I've bumped it. It's always the way, isn't it? If you've got a sore toe, you end up bumping your toe all the time as well. I thought I would make some little flowers to go on here as well. So I'm just going to show you a few and then go off and do them. Otherwise, the video just, you know, it's pretty much the same of everything. And then come back and show you once I'm done. Whoops. There we go. Okay, like that. Okay, we'll start with maybe a long one as well. I can use this. A couple couple of longer ones. I don't want it so lumpy bumpy. That one. That one. Okay, we'll start with those. I've got some more little scraps in here as well. Okay, so like that. I've enjoyed working with this kit. It's been very nice because everything sort of, you know, blends lovely together with it. I'm going to rip a little bit more off so we can have a couple of longer strips here. Okay. Is that it? A little bit here. Like that. Dig a bit there. Do that. Okay. Right, okay. Is that an, oh, I've got that one as well. Got that. Could put it just on there. Alright. That. I could do that. All right. Okay, now, so we've got those look at what I've got here. See, they make lovely little flowers. They'll be really pretty. There's that one as well. That would be very tiny little flower, but still ever so pretty. So we've got those two we can make some flowers with. There's this one here, and I'm just thinking it can, you know, it can go for just a little bit of a collage like that. There's another one. I can put some here. Just leave a little bit of the book paper showing. Go either way. Like that. Oops. That. Just getting a feel for it. Right. Quite nice when it's cut in half like that. I mean, it's lovely when it's full, but it's, I like that little scallop it gives. Just a little bit different, isn't it? And that. Like that. Okay. There's this lovely lace here as well, which is a wider lace, but I'm wondering if I can do something with that as well. And just take the top of it, because it actually almost gives that same effect across the top there, doesn't it? Like that. I could put that there. I'm just going to cut the piece off and see what I can do with it. That. There. 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 A bit there, not being too fussy about it. Okay, that one, what I might do is just cut like that, and have that a larger one like that. That might work. Put that over there. Okay, so now we want to be sticking those on. So I might just use, I could run them through the sewing machine, which would be probably easier than sticking them down. I can just put a zigzag stitch into them and then they're done, aren't they? And they will look nice. So let's see what it looks like. There we go. So much easier than fiddling with glue. I will just run them all through the machine, and however they go, they go. I'll be back when it's done. Hello everybody, I am back, and I have been busy stitching lots of pieces together. I decided to just go ahead and do them all, different sizes. I have some large ones like this. I've used the lovely bits of lace from Lavish Laces, this one cut in half, and I think they look ever so pretty. I used this one, which is also from Lavish Lace. I only have a little bit of that left now. That one does not come in the kit, but it is available from Lavish Laces. So a nice variety of different sizes and lengths and colours and things like that for those. And I also made a few little flowers with the lace from Lavish Laces, with these two laces here that come in the kit. And for the flower, for the large one, I used a 6-inch piece of lace, and for the small one, I used a 4-inch piece of lace. So I've made some of those. I've also made some lovely little seam binding flowers as well. And for those, I have used a 5-inch piece of seam binding, and I thought, this is the last one I'm doing, I thought I would show you how I do it. The principle is the same for the seam binding flowers and for the lace flowers. I do it exactly the same way, and I'm not concerned that there's little ridges in there because you don't see it at the end anyway. So first of all, I've got a double thread to start with, and I'm going to put a knot in it, but I'm not having the knot right on the end. I want a little tail, so I just put quite a few turns on that because I want it to be a knot and not pull through. So there we go. The knot is up here and I have that long tail there. You will have to excuse, I have a tiny little cut on the end of my finger, which is a little bit inconvenient when you're stitching like that because I tend to get it. Wasn't done from stitching, but it's just in the wrong spot. So I'm getting the end, can you see? It's so close. I'm getting the end of my seam binding and I'm putting a little stitch in the end there. And the knot will stop it. And then I'm just going to do a little back stitch there as well. That will just hold it and stop it pulling through. And then I'm going to do a running stitch, and this is quite slippery to hold. A running stitch just like this. All the way along the edge of the seam binding to the other end. I hope you're all keeping well. It's a windy day here today. Well, I say that, there's no wind blowing now, but then all of a sudden it'll get really windy, so it has its moments, I guess. So, and these don't take long at all to make. It'd probably be even a little bit quicker if I wasn't trying to be cautious of my cut finger there. I'm not able to put that finger so much under the ribbon as I'm doing it, but you know, these things happen. Okay, so I'm right to the end now, and I'm pulling it like that, and what I'm going to do is get my little tail, and I'm going to tie them together. Pulling it taut. You don't have to over pull it. You can leave a gap if you want. So I've done two that way, but I'm also going to do one the opposite way. Otherwise I find they do loosen if you're not careful. So there we go. That's what we end up with. Like that. Okay. So got my threads there. There's my two ends. I'm going to put my little end pieces together like that and just hope I'm under that camera. And now I'm just going to this is where I have to be careful. I'm going to just sew a tiny little couple of stitches going towards the end of my outer petal, and then I'm doing a back stitch and a knot. Let's just get that tail out of there like that, and then coming back I'm just taking it back up towards the center so I can trim it, and I'm not going to have those threads poking out of the bottom of my flower, and trimming that tail there as well. And right on the corner, I sometimes, if they're a bit too pointy, cut them at a diagonal. And then when you open it up, you end up with a lovely little seam binding flower like that. And it has such a lovely vintage look to it, especially once they get flattened down. They just have a lovely vintage look to them. And you know, that can be used very nicely on something like that, very easily, or like that. You could do that. I've also ripped up some sari silk, and sari silk, when you open it out, is about that wide. So what I've done is I've cut it into thinner strips so that I don't have a bulky bow. And you know, you can pop bows on these or anything. You can put buttons on them. Let's have a look. Got my buttons here. I try and choose flat buttons if I can. I'm rather partial to these ones at the moment, but they need to be on a bigger surface. You know, you could have a little button. You could have a little button, and wait till you see this. I don't have a thread catcher when I'm sewing, but next to my sewing machine I have a strawberry. Now this strawberry I made years ago to sit on top of my scrap bags. It was just quirky and it looked cute, and it covered the top of the scrap bag. And recently I was sorting those scrap bags out, and I left the strawberry on my bench next to my sewing machine, and it has a new purpose now. These are all the threads from making these journals. Just the journals. They're all the pink threads, and I've just been popping them on top of this strawberry, which sits there like that, looking quite pretty. So it has a new job. But what I was going to say was I could take a few of these lovely threads, where's that one? Oh, here, one with button. And I could put some on there, and then I could put my button over the top like that. That would make a lovely page embellishment. It could make the top of a tag if I wanted it to. Okay, so here's a tag. I could attach it to the top of a tag and just trim where I needed to trim. So that's one thought. It could make a lovely little tuck spot on the top of a page. It doesn't even have to be a tuck spot. It could be going down the edge of the page and just have it there for decoration as well. So many uses for this sort of thing. That's just a couple of thoughts there. You know, you can put your flowers on there like that, or a bow on there as well. So very easy. They do take time to put together. There's a tab there. I could just put my cotton threads on the tab, and I could put my button on there as well. Or if I didn't want to use a button, I could see if I've got some, here we go. I could put a little paper flower on there. I could put a couple. Some of these are glittered, some of them aren't glittered. There's another one there with a bit of glitter on them. I could make, there's another one like that. You know, all sorts of different ideas, and I can use some of the glitter ones in here because the paper line has little flecks of gold going through it, which is ever so pretty. There's some on that one there as well. But that's a thought. I could put that on the top of that little tag there. I could put it on the edge of this little thing here, down the bottom. Once you start, you will find you get ideas, and you'll start doing other things, and one thing leads to another. So just trying to think what I've got in this video. Enough, hopefully enough, because now I have the process that I need to find a home for all these. I may not use them all in the journal. I think I will do that and decorate my tags up and things like that, and then we will put the journals together. In the next video, I think we will be binding the journals together. That's probably a good idea. Yes, so we'll do the signatures and the putting in the book. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it so far. And don't forget, this is a kit I'm using from Lavish Laces. It's a beautiful kit, and it contains many different things. This is the picture of the kit here. That probably doesn't do it justice, but these are all the things you get in the kit. And this book paper is actually rag book pages, and they don't tear as easily as normal book pages. I haven't had it before, so it's quite the novelty. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. There may be a couple of videos for other things in between the next video, because I need to do a couple of other things as well. So take care. Bye.